Welcome to Doc's Daily Dose for Dads, prescribed by Dr. Harrison. So every 3 or 4 weeks, the family here has something called movie night. And normally what we do is we take the blow-up air mattress and we move everything out of the living room. We put the mattress in there. We pop in some Redbox DVDs. The kids, we get popcorn and candy, and we have a takeout dinner. And we just hang out in the living room all together as a family and we watch movies. Now, it's been ridiculously hot lately here in Pasadena, California. And last night, it was just like too hot to stay in the house. So we actually had movie night right here in the garage studio man cave. And it was a good time. I'll show you a picture of it later. But the movie that the kids chose to watch was a DVD my wife got when she went to an event. It was in a gift bag. And it was a movie called Wonder. It was with Owen Wilson and Julia Roberts. And it was about a young man who had a physical deformity at birth, who had to go through a lot of different plastic surgeries, and he had a lot of different illnesses. And now he was off to public school after being homeschooled most of his life, and just dealing with all the problems that went along with, being a new kid in school, being a kid with, a disability or a physical disability or impairment who looks different than other people, and how kids can be bullies, and just, everything that comes together with that in life. And Julia Roberts, the mom, and the dad, Owen Wilson, they just were their entire life revolved around this little boy. But this little boy also had a sister, and the sister was having a falling out with her friend, and yada, 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 yada. It was an okay movie. I will say, it had some great sentimental parts. As I get older, I get a little more, in touch with my feelings. So there were some moments where I got a little misty-eyed. So it was a solid flick. But it made me think about not being too, how do I want to phrase this? What it made me think about was you have to be aware of everything going on with everyone in your family. This is going to be for anyone who has multiple children or even just with your spouse, right? At some point in life, one of your kids or your spouse is going to go through something really, really rough. Unfortunately, for some people, that really, really rough time could start at birth and potentially be a lifelong situation where they're really struggling with things because they can't seem to pull themselves out or get themselves aligned with, just having a better life, feeling better, focusing on the right things. And in this movie, this little boy, they joked about how he was the sun, right? Pun intended, where the entire household was the earth that simply revolved around the sun. And I thought to myself, when I grew up, there were situations I got in where the focus was all on me. I got 3 boys. At some point, there might be something one of them goes through where everyone puts the attention on them. And that's fine. If you have a child who is in serious trouble, or there's an illness, or there's something that deserves a lot of attention, a little more than normal, by all means, provide as much as you can. But the point that I wanted to make that I think the movie tried to touch on but missed out about a little bit was you can't forget the other people around you. You can't forget your other kids. You can't neglect your spouse. Yes, this one kid was going through a lot of stuff, and he needed a lot of support and a lot of attention. But you can't leave the other kid to the side to deal with their life on their own. They've got things going on too. It may not be as important or as significant as the other child's problem, at least to you, but to them, it's very important, no matter how understanding they are of the situation. You got to remember to take care of all of their needs, not just the needs of one, but the needs of all of them. That can include your spouse as well. You can't get so focused, wrapped up in one child and neglect your spouse. Or get so focused and wrapped up in your spouse and neglect your children. You got to remember, everybody's got their own stuff going on. Everybody's living in their own world and their own reality. Even though you're a part of that environment, they've got their own life. And they deal with stuff just like everyone else. But when something, bad really happens, give that attention to the kid that really needs it. But don't forget you have other children who are looking for your support too. So carve out time. Make sure that you are divvying up the attention appropriately. Now, I don't want it to make it sound mathematical or methodical, right? That's not what I'm saying. I'm not telling you to sit down and say, oh, I spend 1 hour with this kid, I got to spend 30 minutes with this kid. No, you don't need to do that. All you need to do is observe and be aware that you have another human being in your presence that needs you just as much, if not more, than the kid who's going through the problem. Think about how much you need somebody when you're frustrated and don't know what to do because your child is going through an issue. Well, that other kid you got, they need some love too. So don't forget about them. Don't get so wrapped up in someone else's problem or your other child's problem or your spouse's problem that you forget you've got other kids. That's Doc's Daily Dose for Dads. Don't forget to hashtag Doc's Daily Dose for Dads. Hashtag 4D, all social media at rebirthbx. Check out the website, rebirthbx.com. Everything on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music if you can't watch the video and you want to hear it in your car. Again, good movie, but I think they should have harped on the point a little bit more that everybody in your circle deserves some love. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'll talk to you tomorrow.